Hello, my name is Paige Sherward, and I'm here today to talk with two students from Urbana High School about their school climate and the things they do outside of school and how it affects their education. So if y'all can introduce yourselves, tell you who you are, what's your name, and what school you go to.
Hello, my name is Tyler Kendall. I'm a senior from Urbana High School.
And my name is Zoe Asasi. I'm a junior at Urbana High School.
And what kind of things do you guys do outside of school?
So outside of school, I'm involved in the community, number one with the volunteer fire department here in Frederick County. And I also work at Dunkin' Donuts. So those are two of my main things that keep me busy outside of school.
Outside of school, my main focus is volleyball. I've been playing volleyball for almost 7 years now.
And how do you think that those after-school activities have affected your education? Has it helped you stay focused? What have you learned from participating outside school activities?
Definitely time management would be a big thing that has influenced my education. Obviously with a job and volunteering my time with the fire department, it takes a lot of commitment. And even though those are big commitments, it's taught me how to manage my time between those commitments and school and just keeping myself on track for what I'm doing in school.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely time management, especially once my academics started to get to a higher caliber, just being able to balance school and sports has taught me a lot of things that I think are going to help me in college and even after that.
Mm-hmm. So with the volunteer fire department, Tyler, how many students, how many kids your age do you see and do you work with every day?
Anywhere between like 2 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing a pretty good amount of high school age students coming in to volunteer for the fire department. And it's really great to be able to build connections with them because they're obviously from all over the county. Mm-hmm. So being able to work with them and build relationships with them has given me the opportunity to market myself and learn about different parts of the community.
Yeah, my next question was gonna be, what schools do the other students go to?
So actually 2 of the gentlemen that I'm volunteering with are from Pennsylvania, so obviously out of our state, but there is another gentleman who goes to Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
He is a volunteer up in the Jefferson area.
Mm-hmm. How often do you communicate with them outside of the volunteer work?
Every day.
Every day.
We, even though we're not at the same station together, we talk to each other every day, talking about how things are going. Just the relationship that we built in the training process of the fire department has really allowed us to stay in touch outside of the fire department and talk about the things that are going on in our communities and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Have you learned a lot about Brunswick through it, or just about the student from Brunswick?
A little bit. I learned that the culture is definitely a little bit different up there, and at the same time, it's a different population from
Mm-hmm.
down here in the city, in the Urbana area.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And with volleyball, how many students would you say that you've met that don't go to Urbana, and relationships that you built through volleyball?
I think definitely at least 10, 15 maybe, because you kind of start out with one team and then as you continue to grow, I guess, in volleyball, you have a bunch of other teammates and rosters change and things like that. And then also kind of mutual friends, you kind of hear about how your teammate is playing with this person from another school in the county, and it all just kind of, especially with social media and things like that, we all just kind of connect with each other. So.
Mm-hmm. Do you play club volleyball or just high school?
Just high school right now.
Okay. And so how many people would you say on the volleyball team that you talk to that are close with students outside of Urbana High School?
Definitely everyone on our team, because a lot of the girls at Urbana do play club or they're in another sport for the high school, and so that's another way that people make connections outside of your own home school. So.
And how do you think it's affected their education and just their views on Urbana?
I think people kind of obviously have an idea of what Urbana is, and sometimes depending on who you meet, it proves that or doesn't prove that. I think it kind of shows a little bit more diversity in Urbana than what people think of when they think of the school in the area. So.
And what kind of things do you guys do inside of school that would connect you with other students across the county?
So for me, the big thing inside of school is Student Government Association. I've had the opportunity this past year to serve as the president of the County Student Government Association. So being in that position has really put me in contact with students from across the county, and I've been able to learn about the different cultures in different parts of the county and how they operate versus what I'm used to at Urbana in my home school.
And what about you, Zoe?
I've been able to be a delegate for the Frederick County Association of Student Councils. This is my third year now, and I'm also vice president of student government at Urbana. So that experience as well, just talking to other kids in the county at general assemblies and even statewide events like convention that we had a few weeks back, has been a really great opportunity for me to kind of talk to other people, see what other people are doing, how SGA has a responsibility in their schools, and kind of what the similarities and the differences also are between different school climates and areas.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say between the two of you, what's the most memorable experience you guys have had through SGA, meeting with other students from the county?
I would say probably the state convention that we
Yeah.
go to in March. It's 3 days in Ocean City. So basically, we send like 50-ish students from across Frederick County, both middle school and high school. And we go to Ocean City for a couple days and do a lot of leadership activities, and there's a keynote speaker. So just being able to have fellowship with the students from across the county over those 3 days, you really, at that point, can learn what it's like for them in their school district versus what it's like for us.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely convention, especially as I get older and there are like more younger people coming in. I think it's really exciting, especially to see middle schoolers getting involved and at such a broad level, getting to meet so many other people. That's definitely like the biggest memory for me. And we all just have a lot of fun having that common interest of wanting to be good leaders for our schools.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say the biggest lesson you've learned has been through talking with other students from the county and just being a part of SGA at Urbana?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I've learned from students. I think one of the biggest lessons is that even though your school may be different than other schools, I think it's important that you respect the differences in the school districts or in the different parts of the county. Obviously, school population is a big thing, and the diversity just based off the demographics of the area. So I think it's important that you're receptive to things that every student has to say, and that you really have an open ear when you're talking to students about things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest takeaway for me has been kind of like learning that everybody does have a voice and they express it in their own way, however it may be. Everybody has an opinion on any issue that may arise, and a lot of people, they might not speak up, but they have a really good input. So I think it's been like a very big learning curve, I guess, for me to meet people and talk to them and just get new ideas from places I never thought I would.
Mm-hmm. And more specifically to Urbana, what's your favorite thing about attending Urbana High School?
Definitely, I would say our school, the way we pride ourselves on our academic achievements. We obviously offer the IB program and a lot of AP classes, and our students succeed. So I definitely take pride on knowing that we are one of the strongest schools academically in the county.
Mm-hmm. I agree, definitely our academic levels and our achievement, also kind of the solidarity that comes from that is that, I have a lot of friends that I've met in classes or friends that I made when I was younger that were now in similar experiences, and we can share that with each other and kind of we can learn from each other, we can grow from each other, we can share our successes and our defeats and things like that with each other, and it's really good to be able to have those connections.
And how has being an Urbana High School student affected your education? How have you benefited from it that maybe other students from across the county or that don't go to Urbana wouldn't really see if they weren't Urbana students?
I think the staff at Urbana plays a big role. Obviously, we as students have opportunities, and it's up to us to take those opportunities and bounce on them and take advantage of them, but those opportunities wouldn't be there without the staff. So I think the staff definitely plays a vital role in ensuring that we are getting the education that we deserve and that they are doing the best that they can to keep us on track for success.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think I agree with Tyler and the staff, and also the flexibility that everybody has. A lot of teachers will take time out of their working or their planning periods to meet with students and stay after school to help students that are struggling or maybe not understanding something. And I think the dedication that our teachers have has really put Urbana at a high level that like allows us to succeed.
And do you feel comfortable, like you said, you've learned that students can express their voice and, make opinions on things that they feel they have opinions on, but do you guys feel comfortable doing that at Urbana High School? And if so, do you have any examples?
Definitely feel comfortable doing it. I think everyone at Urbana is receptive, and I think all of the students and the staff, we want to do better, and we are always striving to be better. So I definitely feel like yes. And in terms of an example, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I can think of one example, definitely, like, I think we've been really good about, like, getting more, like, eco-friendly. I think that's been, like, a big push that we had. Some of the science departments, we started, like, composting during school, and I've heard a lot of students speaking up about, like, things that are affecting our environment, like single-use plastics and stuff. I've seen more, like, reusable water bottles than I have in a really long time, and I think that's, like, become a school-wide initiative that we all kind of just, like, feed off of each other, and we're able to talk to each other about it and have open dialogue, and it's really cool.
And so what unique lessons that you guys mentioned, what are you guys going to do with those lessons in the future? Because Tyler, you plan on going to High Point University, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And do you know where you're going? You're just a junior, but do you have any idea where you want to go to school?
I definitely have dream schools. I would love to go to Vanderbilt or Tulane University.
Do you know what you want to study?
Most likely something pre-law or international studies, and then pursue law school after that.
Nice. What are you going to study, Tyler?
Criminal justice.
Okay. So with those lessons you guys have learned uniquely as Urbana students, how do you think it's going to affect your future education and just your future as a citizen in society?
I think the lessons that we've learned now in high school are going to be extremely valuable in the future, because during high school times, it's really the time to make mistakes, and you learn from your mistakes. So learning from my mistakes and my failures so far in high school, and just soaking in everything that the teachers and the staff at Urbana have given me, are just going to give me the opportunity to move forward and really apply them to both college and once I'm out of college, just being a more well-rounded citizen.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I definitely think that the whole experience of being at Urbana and that level that everyone expects you to be at, it's definitely helped me to expect the best from myself, and I know that that's going to continue wherever I go after high school, into college, into whatever field I go into. And yeah, I definitely think, that's the biggest thing.
And what are you most looking forward to get out of your senior year at Urbana High School?
I want to be able to continue with a good academic showing for myself. I really want to be able to kind of solidify relationships that I have with fellow students and also with the teachers, because teachers are people that I can go and talk to when I need to, even if it's not about school. Being able to develop those this far, I want to continue that and also just make good memories.
And what's your favorite memory from your senior year at Urbana?
Just having fun with my friends, honestly. Obviously, I've done everything in my power to keep a strong academic record. Don't want to let that trail off senior year, but just taking every opportunity to enjoy the time that I have with my friends at Urbana and outside of Urbana while I'm still here.
Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. My name is Paige Stolbard, the student member of the Board of Education.